Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Sun's coming out. It's getting nice out. I wanted to make this video because there's this concept or this word or really an idea called the higher self, and or your higher spirit, right? But I question these things, and I think it's good to question everything, right? Yeah, question anything, you fall for anything. If you don't question something, if you don't question everything, you'll fall for everything. So question everything so you can understand. You have just a different point of view and awareness. But our higher spirit. So how many times have you prayed and you it's not that you didn't get the answer, because the answer always comes, because every time you pray, you're only praying to your own higher self, which is your own mind and your subconscious within itself, so it has to return the message back to its source returner. This is why we have to understand every time we open our mouths to ourselves, no matter what, has to come back into play. Now, there's a part of yourself that does not want to accept that. That's called your left brain, right? That's your left brain. That's the part of the brain the Bible says, not to not listen to it, but it thinks that it's in charge. And so, and something I have to always remind myself is the brain didn't incarnate. The brain did not incarnate the brain, right? So it's something to know. The brain did not incarnate the brain. Your spirit did. Your spirit incarnated into the physical body, and you have a soul. And your soul and your spirit aren't the same thing, completely separate things. And so I'm still learning about that aspect. I yet can't even teach on that because that's not my information. And I think a lot of us hear YouTube, and then we get on YouTube, and then we just copy and paste, which is really what an archon does. So if you're finding yourself copying and pasting, you got an archon attached to you. There's an archon somewhere nearby lurking, right? You know what I'm saying? Because archons can't create. They're not creative. They can't create. They literally can't create. That's why they're jealous of us. They're jealous of the human race because the humans have the divine spark. They don't have the divine spark. We didn't create them to have that, right? You know what I'm saying? And not because, it just didn't happen that way. It's just not what happened. It's just not how it happened. The whole story. God. Source creates itself. And all things are created out of source. And so they can't love. They do not know love. There's a lot of things they can't do that you can do. So there's an advantage that you have over them.